What's up, guys? So it's MD with Video Games Blogger, and I'm at the Nintendo booth on the top. This is actually like an exclusive level, so the show floor or the booth of Nintendo is actually down there, so you can see all the games that they have to play. They have the wonderful 101. Ooh, something fell. They have DuckTales Remastered. I wonder if they have that up here. I'll check that out. But yeah, we get to play all the games that they have on the actual show floor up here without having to wait too long. So they have The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker, new Super Luigi U, which I haven't heard of. I'll check that out right now. Actually, it's open. Let's check that out. Okay, so first off, we've got new Super Luigi U. In this game, Luigi is finally the star, like kind of taking over Mario because there's no Mario in this game. I guess you could say that Luigi had his time to shine in the Luigi's Mansion games, but this one is like your classical Mario games. It reminded me a lot of Mario Brothers 2, an advanced version, of course, but Luigi has the same mechanics. Like, when you're walking with him on the ground, he does those little slides where he doesn't have the best control, but it's kind of like they do it on purpose because that's how it used to be, and it's kind of just like something that was implemented in your mind that's just how Luigi moves. So I'm kind of glad that they kept that because it's very nostalgic playing this game because I was like, oh my god, he looks so adorable when he's small. He's like small and stocky and he just looks so funny. Luigi has always been my favorite Nintendo character, so I'm so glad that he has his own game finally that's more of a classical take on Mario. For this game, the animal that you turn into is a flying squirrel. So he looks really funny when he grabs the flying squirrel suit. It kind of reminded me of the raccoon, except it didn't have the tail, but still, it kind of looks like that, but I thought it was pretty cool. Another thing that Luigi does that's from Mario Brothers 2, and they kind of stuck with that with every other Mario game where Luigi is a playable character, is that little jump that he does and his feet go and he kind of like floats a little bit in the air. Not floats, but he kind of lasts in the air a little bit. He does this like spinning move where he flies, kind of like glides across the air. So I thought it was pretty cool. Another cool aspect about this game is that it's co-op, of course, and the characters that you could be in the co-op mode are Luigi, Toad, different colored Toads, and this little assist monster. I don't remember what they were calling it. It had a pretty weird name, but you can see it there. It's a little purple monster there. The person with the Wii U tablet is going to be this little monster, and he's pretty much just there for assist. So you're not moving around or anything. He's just going to be popping bubbles to get coins to you or help you get across specific things. So he's just there to help you, or he could also mess you up. So if the person with the tablet is feeling kind of evil or something, the person could make it difficult for you to get across levels, or they can move things when you're standing on them, making you fall and die or something. I really like it because you're Luigi, but I'm a Luigi fan, so I always love to see Luigi on the screen. But yeah, I didn't feel it being completely different or anything. It's your classical Mario game, but with Luigi now. Next was Mario Kart 8, and I really wanted to try this game out because of the whole hovercraft aspect. I wanted to see how the mechanics worked and how it felt, controlling the little cart and everything. But one thing I didn't think about was how crazy it was going to be just because of the anti-gravity mechanic, and also the screen is just all over the place because when you run onto the wall, it just completely disorients you. It moves around, not in a very crazy way, because it does, once you're on the wall, like once you're driving on the wall, it does move the camera so that it feels like you're driving straight, like you're not really on the wall. But if you move the camera a little bit down, you see the road on the bottom, and you're just like, whoa, this is weird. If you have issues like I do with vertigo and motion sickness,
I didn't feel very sick, but I did feel kind of disoriented where I was just like, oh man, if I play this for any longer, I probably will have to stop playing because I'm going to be sick. So I could only play a little bit of that, but in no way does that make the game bad. It's just, different experiences for different people, I guess. But I thought the mechanics of it, like how you control the cart, was very good. I had some trouble with because I was using the Wii U tablet and I had never used it. I don't own a Wii U, so I'm not used to using that controller. But I thought for a first time, for a first try, I got used to it pretty quick. So I think that the controls are pretty good. I mean, this is the 8th Mario Kart, and as much as they try to implement new things, like this one has the anti-gravity mechanic, the hang glider, the motorcycle, the HD graphics, underwater levels, and more that they're not announcing yet. But all these things do make it a new game. But, Mario Kart always feels like Mario Kart. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. But like I said, I don't think I could play very long. But if that's your kind of thing, I think you guys will like it. Next, I got to play Rayman Legends, which is a game that I'm actually really excited about. Before this, I got to play it on the PS Vita, and I really liked how it works. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to play it on a big screen to see how it feels. So I tried it on the Wii U, and I actually really liked it. This game also has like that assist mode, so if you're playing co-op, the person with the tablet, which I was playing as a tablet holder, you assist your partner into getting across the levels. And that might sound kind of boring when you're explaining it to somebody, but if you actually try it, or if you actually see somebody playing it, you'll see that it's actually harder than you might think.
It's pretty neat because it's got stuff from the simple to the really complicated.
Oh my god.
I have died here many, many, many times. Very few people can pass this, actually. Perfect.
Oh my god, we made it.
It involves a lot of strategy and a lot of thinking, and a lot of timing as well. So I think the person that is assisting the other person is almost harder in times, because someone might say, oh, you're just clicking and opening doors, that's kind of boring. But it's not just that. There's so much more to it. Actually playing it, it's so much fun, especially the rhythm level, which I don't have footage for because my brother stopped recording. But the rhythm level is so good. It's kind of like sound shapes, I guess, where you move to the sound of the music, and if you don't move, the music stops. I guess it's more like the music goes as you move. So I thought they did such a great job with that. Once you start playing multiple players, like two people playing at the same time, it gets very confusing because if the person is in front of you a little bit, when they jump, you kind of like feel like you already jumped, and then you end up messing it all up. But it's a lot of fun, and I love the music. I think the music is very good. The further you go, the more complicated the music becomes, and yeah, you just have to be pretty quick, and you got to feel the rhythm. So I really like that. I kind of feel bad about the booth tour because I had so much fun in the Nintendo booth tour, and I was there for quite a while. It was only supposed to be an hour-long booth tour. We got stuck on one game. My brother and I spent so long playing this game. This is the game that I mentioned in a previous video on my channel that I really loved. And it was the most surprising game that I was like, oh my god, how can I just sit here playing this game for over an hour? We were like the center of attention in the Nintendo booth, because people were coming and they were like, oh, can we join in? Can we play? It's this game called Cloudberry Kingdom, and it reminded me of a mixture of Scribblenauts and like Super Meat Boy or something like that, but take it to like the next level where you're just like, oh, I'm gonna, what if you had like a jetpack and like this and that? That's why I say Scribblenauts, because it's kind of like you're adding things, but you pretty much make your levels the way that you want to make them. So you pretty much make them as hard or as easy as you want, and you add the capabilities. For example, you might have this level right here where there was like fireballs and all that. I think this was easy because you could get incredibly hard, and I wish I had recorded this, but I couldn't because my brother and I were the ones playing, so I had nobody recording it. But in this moment, I stopped playing and I was like, I'm gonna record a little bit of this. But in parts, you could make this like insanely difficult, where you've got like all you could see on the screen are like laser beams and fireballs and like crazy stuff, and you seriously can't get from point A to point B. You can't even like move your leg because you're already dead. As hard as it was, the guy was like, there is a way to beat it. And I was like, dude, there's no way to get across. If you go into the options, there's this option where you can choose like the computer, and the computer will show you how to beat the level. And you just see the little guy like jumping through the lasers and stuff and like avoiding everything. And there's like no way to recreate it. I mean, there is a way. But you're just like, there's no way I'm going to do that. Before you start the level, you pretty much say, I want to play this level with fireballs or with lasers. And I want my ability to be anti-gravity. Or I want my ability to be, I'm just in a box. Like, in a box. And I was like, that's got to be from Metal Gear Solid. Or like the ability, I'm just in a starship. I'm a starship. But it's not just like, oh yeah, I've got a starship. If you choose a starship, all you could do is just go straight forward. You can't stop. You could just go forward and go up and down. The one that you see on the screen right now is the anti-gravity one, where you can see how crazy it is. Every time they drop, they're pressing A, so gravity kicks in that moment. But it sounds really confusing and really simple almost, but it's such a fun game. This game, literally, I played a few games at E3, and this was the most fun. This was definitely the most fun, and my brother agrees. For us to be playing this game for over an hour and really just wasting our time at the Nintendo booth, because when I looked, I was like, there's no way I've been playing this for over an hour. And it's that type of feeling where you're like, I need to beat this. Where you're like, I know I could do it. You know, where you're just like, you keep dying and you keep dying, and you're like, no, I got it this time. Cloudberry Kingdom, you guys have to try this game out. It's so funny. Okay, I just checked, and Cloudberry Kingdom is actually coming out for multiple platforms, which is super awesome. It's coming for the PC, it's coming for the Mac, for the Wii U, for the Xbox 360, PS3, and the Vita. So I'm really excited about that. I don't see 3DS yet, but I do see some people saying that it might come to the 3DS. So yeah, I'm super excited. This is a game that I'm definitely getting. I might even do like a let's play of it, because this is, you guys just have to experience this game, because it's seriously one of the funniest things I've ever played. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the Nintendo booth tour. Like I said, I'm so sorry I wasn't able to get more footage of different games. They didn't have the new Super Smash Brothers, unfortunately. I really wanted to try that one, but they didn't have it to play at E3. So that was a bummer, but the games that I don't talk about here, I did talk about them in the showcase. So if you're interested in knowing about the rest of the games, go to my video about the Nintendo Showcase at E3 2013, and I do talk about those there. But yeah, Nintendo did really good this year at E3. The games that they had were just so fun. Nintendo was the place to be at E3. It was a very fun atmosphere, the games that they had. At the Xbox booth and at the PlayStation booth, they had great games, but a lot of them you couldn't even play because it was packed with people, and they were just like your serious games, not bad, but your serious games where you for the more mature gamer. But Nintendo was just so much fun. So I thought they did great. Big props to Nintendo for keeping their ground this year at E3 with the new consoles just around the corner. So yeah, that was pretty much it. That was my booth tour of Nintendo. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll talk to you guys later.